Good morning, children. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is real numbers. Introduction to real numbers. We have already learned about real numbers in class 9. Real number constitute the union of all rational and irrational numbers, and we have learned any real number can be plotted on the number line. We are going to study an important property of real number, that is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. For that we know prime factorization. What is prime factorization? Prime factorization is the method of expressing a natural number as a product of prime numbers. For example, we can see 36 can be prime factorized as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. So we can say every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes, and this expression is unique apart from the order in which they appear. This important fact is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. We can see the applications of fundamental theorem of arithmetic for locating HCF and LCM of two or more positive integers, to prove irrationality of numbers, and to find the nature of the decimal expansion of rational numbers. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic can be used for finding HCF and LCM of two or more positive integers. Let us find how to find the HCF and LCM using fundamental theorem of arithmetic. For that, the step 1 is factorize each of the given positive integers and express them as a product of powers of prime in ascending order of prime. For finding HCF, we should find the common prime factor and find the least powers and multiply them to get the HCF. To find LCM, we should find the greatest exponent and then multiply them to get the LCM. For example, let us take 960 and 432 and find HCF and LCM using fundamental theorem of arithmetic. For that, we should find the prime factorization of 960, which is 2 raised to 6 into 3 into 5. 432 can be written as 2 raised to 4 into 3 cube. For finding HCF, we have seen we should identify the common prime factor and the least powers of them. Here the common prime factors are 2 and 3, and the least powers of 2 and 3 are 2 raised to 4 and 3. Therefore, HCF is equal to 2 raised to 4 into 3, which is equal to 48. For finding LCM of 960 and 432, we should find the greatest exponent and then multiply. Here the greatest exponent is 2 raised to 6 and 3 raised to 3 and 5, and multiplying we can see the answer is 8640. We can see a relation, that is, for any two positive integers a and b, HCF of a and b multiplied with LCM of a and b is equal to product of the numbers. Again we can see the same example. Product of the numbers 960 and 432 is 4,14,720. HCF into LCM of these numbers are 48 into 8640, which is equal to 4,14,720. Therefore, we can say HCF into LCM is equal to product of the numbers. Let us start exercise 1.2 from page number 11. First question. Express each number as a product of its prime factors. We have already learned how to find the prime factorization in smaller classes. Here the number is 140. 140, when it is divided by 2, which is a prime number, we get 70 as the answer. When 70 is again divided by 2, we get 35 as the answer. When 35 is divided by 5, we get 7 as the answer. Therefore, 140 can be written as 2 square into 5 into 7, which is the product of its prime factors. Similarly, 7429, when it is divided by 19, we get 391. 391, when it is divided by 17, we get 23. Since 23 is a prime number, we can stop there, and 7429 can be written as 17 into 19 into 23. In question number 2, we are asked to find HCF and LCM of the following pair of integers and verify the relation HCF into LCM is equal to product of the numbers. Here, the first question is 26 and 91. 26 prime factorization is 2 into 13 and 91 is 7 into 13. For finding HCF, that is the common prime factor with the least power. Here the common prime factor is 13 and the least power is 1, so HCF is equal to 13. LCM is equal to the greatest exponent for the common prime factor. So 13 and the remaining numbers 2 into 7, which is equal to 182. To find the relation HCF into LCM is equal to product of numbers, let us find HCF into LCM, which is 13 into 182, and the answer is 2366. The product of numbers are 26 into 91 equal to 2366. Therefore, we can say HCF into LCM is equal to product of the numbers. Question number B is 510 and 92. We can see the prime factorization of 510. When it is divided by 5, we are getting 102. 102 divided by 2, it is 51. 51 divided by 3, it is 17, which is a prime number. Therefore, 510 is equal to 5 into 2 into 3 into 17. For 92, when it is divided by 2, we get 46. 46 divided by 2, we get 23. Therefore, 92 is written as 2 into 2 into 23, which is 2 square into 23. For finding the HCF, the common factor with the least power. So, HCF is equal to 2 and LCM is equal to 2 square into 5 into 3 into 17 multiplied with 23, which is equal to 23,460. To find the relation HCF into LCM is equal to 2 into 23,460, which is 46,920. The product of numbers is 510 into 92, which is also 46,920. Therefore, we can say HCF into LCM is equal to product of the numbers. Question number 3. Find HCF and LCM of the following integers by applying prime factorization method. Question number 1 is 12, 15 and 21. We can see the prime factorization of 12, 15 and 21, and 12 is written as 2 into 2 into 3, which is 2 square into 3. 15 is written as 3 into 5 and 21 is written as 3 into 7. For finding HCF, we take the common prime factor with the least power. So, answer is 3. LCM is equal to the common prime factor with the highest power, that is 3, and the remaining numbers, which are 2 square into 5 into 7, and the answer is 420. Question number 4. We are given that HCF of 306 and 657 is equal to 9 and we are asked to find LCM of those numbers. Here the numbers are 306 and 657 and given HCF is equal to 9. We need to find the LCM. We know the relation HCF into LCM equal to product of the numbers. Substituting, we have 9 into LCM equal to 306 into 657. From this LCM will be 306 into 657 divided by 9, which is equal to 22,338. Question number 5. Check whether 6 raised to n can end with a digit 0 for any natural number n. Let us take some numbers which end with the digit 0. For example, 10, 20, 50 and so on. We can write 10 as 2 into 5. 20 can be written as 4 into 5, which is 2 square into 5. For 50, it is 5 into 5 into 2, which is 5 square into 2. We can see that all the numbers which end with the digit 0 will contain 2 and 5 as the factors. When we take the prime factorization of 6, we can say it is 2 into 3. And we can say 6 does not have 5 as a factor. As there is no 5 as a factor, we can say 6 raised to n cannot end with a digit 0 for any natural number n. In question number 6, explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 and 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 are composite numbers. We can write 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 as 13 into 7 into 11 plus 1 by taking 13 common from the first and the second term, which is also written as 13 into 78, which is 2 into 3 into 13 square. This is the prime factorization of 13 into 78, and when it is expressed as a product of prime numbers, we can say it is a composite number. Similarly, by taking 5 as common from the second number, we can write it as 5 into 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 1, which is 5 into 1009. Again, product of primes, which is also a composite number. Question number 7. There is a circular path around a sports field. Sonia takes 18 minutes to drive one round of the field, while Ravi takes 12 minutes for the same. Suppose they both start at the same point and at the same time and go in the same direction. After how many minutes will they meet again at the starting point? Here, minimum time taken by Sonia and Ravi can be found using LCM of 18 and 12. We can write 18 as 2 into 3 square and 12 as 2 square into 3. Therefore, LCM will be 2 square into 3 square, which is equal to 36, and they will meet again after 36 minutes. Based on the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, you can do the exercise 1.2 remaining questions 1, B, C, D, 2, C and 3, B, C. Thank you.